my new book, Presentation Power, The Leader's Advantage. And in it, I'm going to talk about the steps that the archer, the individual, has to do in order to be really successful going out and doing a presentation. Now, the word PREP is an acronym for me. It's one of those things. So it is actually, the first P is for preparation. That seems simple enough, but I'll talk about that. The R is rehearsal, and I'll do that in another video. Then energy, I'll do that in another video. And perform, I'll do that in another video. So in order to get the whole thing, you're going to have to kind of go through the different videos that we're going to be recording. And you're going to see this at the beginning of each and every piece. Okay, this is the R in prep. This is the rehearsal section. Now, I'm going to say it right up front. You mustn't bullshit this section. I mean, what do you mean, bullshit? Don't do it half-hearted. Rehearse. You know, when you do rehearsals, get there, get into it. Imagine that the audience is there. Use your energy to do it. So I typically break down my rehearsal process into 4 steps. The first time I will do what I call a walkthrough rehearsal. So I've designed my message, I've got it written, I buy those 3M, large 3M Post-it notes. I mean, they're actually presentation paper. And I block out my key points. I never write a speech, always use block out different points. Then I post them around the wall, or I just have it on one stand. And I put my little digital voice recorder on. And I start it and I talk to it. And I will give it everything I've got. You know, I'll just talk to it. Now, often, you know, I know maybe I've got 25 minutes to talk, but on the first rehearsal, I'll just go for it. I'll just give it. And sometimes I'm shocked that I've talked for 45 minutes. Now, obviously, that means I listen to it. I listen for really good points. And then the second time I do it, I tighten it up. I put the timer on and I deliver it again in front of the flip chart. Only this time I'm being tight. I'm just using key phrases. I'll still record it. Now the other thing you can do is though I use a digital recorder, I have a very good sense of my own body image because of the work I've done on video, and you know, because of Danielle and her work at Velvet Pumpkin, I have a good sense of where I fit and what I look like. So if you feel strong enough, do it in front of a video camera. It's really easy to do, or use a webcam, or just do it on your laptop. Now, on the third step, I will use an audience of 1 or more. This is when I really want to do a top one. You know, sometimes I'll drag my business manager, Brigitte, in and sit her down and say, okay, I want you to listen to this, because she has a very good critical ear. Not critical to hurt, but critical to pick out what works. Or I'll use my buddy Stan. He's got that kind of mind. He's very analytical, and he sees things that don't fit in the pattern. So I'll deliver it again. Now, if I get 2 or 3 people to do that, I will. It's so powerful, because I then have an opportunity to bounce the energy. I can see what's working and what's not. Stage 4, I'll do it full out. It's what I call a full dress rehearsal. Now, on a full dress rehearsal, and you'll find much more information in my new book, Presentation Power, The Leader's Advantage. In that, what I do is, you know, I get dressed, I put the shirt and tie on. If it's a formal presentation where the audience is expecting me to be in a suit and a tie, I'll go full out, just like a dress rehearsal, and I'll give it everything. I leave nothing behind. No BS presentation. You just really got to do it. Go for it, go for it. Go. The more that you exaggerate and the more power that you get into it, the more enthusiasm, the more energy. When you get there to deliver it, the situation and the event, you know, for a camera, for example, you got to have 4 or 5 times more energy than you normally would have, because otherwise the camera just sucks it out of it. In front of a small group, you might not need this much energy. If you're working in a large convention, you need this kind of energy. Big gestures. Cameras like small gestures. Audiences like big gestures. So all sorts of tips like that in the new book. Anyway, so R for rehearsal. 4 steps. Tape, flip chart, audience, videotape, review, rehearse. Okay, always show up. Bye for now, Geoffrey.